Good evening, traders. MR Strategies, and this is the 31st of October. So, tomorrow will be the beginning of the month, so I'll be very curious to see how they play it out to start the month. Uh, last time I spoke to you guys, we talked about the fact that these markets were primed and ready to blow out the contract highs, and that's pretty much what they've done. When we talked, we had this huge breakout right there at around 43, I think it was 43.60, and in that somewhere area there is a gap, but that's 200 points away. It is what it is. We're going to leave that be. But you can see that was the big breakout right there, and that's what got us above all the MAs. And look how price now or stays on well above it, and that's what you're going to get in a bull trend acceleration. But what you need to bear in mind as a trader is that as we keep blowing these highs out, the air gets really thin up here, and you're going to start seeing some really nice reversal shorts that you have to take advantage of. And you're going to get some really nice swings up in here because they're going to run out of interest, and the buyers are going to get a little nervous, and they're going to come in and they're going to take some profits, and then they're going to push them. So let's see how this plays out tomorrow. I think your big numbers are coming in around 44.70. We've already gapped higher. We're only about 10 handles higher. I really think if we can't stay above this R1, it's going to be a short down to at least fill the gap. Um, you got a big MA here. You got your first significant MA coming in at around 40. I'm just going to say, yeah, 45.60. And that, for what it's worth, was support all week. You can see right here. I set up these boxes uh, last week, and you can see how much support and breakouts we've gotten from 45.60. So let's see how this plays out. It's Monday. Market's got we've already got the to 4600. Everybody's made new contract highs. The Dow's got above. Probably going to print. Maybe they're going to make a run for 36. I don't know, but pay attention to any exhaustion at the upper extremes, and look for reversal short. Don't get caught up in a hoopla and this big run up. You want to be smart about your entries, especially to the long side. Case in point is, was it Friday or was it the other day? We got, it was, they opened lower. I'm not sure what morning this was, but it might have been right in here. Yeah, they opened up right at R1, S1. Bull trend acceleration, and we're already down on the day. They're going to just take advantage of the value, and this is just classic. And you can see that they jumped all over it right out of the gate at the opening bell, and they just jammed it. They ran it straight up. They went from this lows of 45.60, which was the base all week. Although there was another long opportunity early in the week, but neither here nor there. It's paying attention to these levels because these are the areas you're going to want to pay attention to when they get to them, and whether or not weakness starts entering this market and they roll them over a little bit. This has been a hell of a run. I'm not saying it's over, but you got to be smart about these upper extremes. So I always say that if you gap higher and you get a signal, a short signal R1 or R2, you got to take the short. That's all there's to it. As was the case in terms of a bull, this is a classic. It's a bull trend acceleration. You can't ask for anything better than price at S1. I mean, you'd be a fool not to take advantage of it. And you can just see how it plays out and how these levels and how big it is in terms of opportunity for the big money. They gapped lower, and they proceeded to fill the gap within 2 hours. Boom, done. And then they ended up rallying them all the way. Where did they close? They actually closed at 4,600. That's just absolutely amazing. I really think we're going to be challenged at this level. I really do. Be careful. Pay attention to it. It's a big round number. I don't know whether they're going to hold it. You can see they're drifting around it right now. It's too early to say overnight. I guarantee you that Europe is probably going to try to roll them a little bit, and you can see that all the support right now on this extreme run up is at 45.80. You have one of your first significant levels at 45.71, which is, this is a big trend line. In fact, this trend line, I believe, comes off the contract low of the year at 32.40, I believe. So this number is really big. So any failure, hard failure at 45.70, and we could start rolling a little bit. And it's possible we could start pushing towards this MA, which I'm not sure if this is the 9 or the 18. I don't know. It's one or the other. So, you know, as long as price remains above these moving averages like they are, you're just gonna keep pushing to the upside, and you want every opportunity to get long, but you want to be long from the right areas, and usually it's usually the pivot or S1 if you get it. When it gaps higher, it's challenging, and you have to pay attention to whether or not you're getting support to push this higher, especially up at these levels. So be smart. Don't get caught up in it. You know, there's probably opportunities for scalps. Take a couple handles, but don't get too caught a hold. Don't hold on to your positions too long up at these levels. Take what you can get and move on. I think there's going to be better opportunities in reversal shorts from these extremes. And then let's see how they handle it when they roll down to these levels, because this is where you expect the big money to start supporting it if in fact they wanted to go higher. So your pivot's all the way down around here, around 45.80, 45.70. It's kind of your sweet spot right here. So, I mean, if they roll them, and settlement right now is probably sitting around 45.90, 95, give or take. So you're going to see that price for sure, that settlement. And we'll just have to see how they want to play it out early in the week. Once again, this is just an amazing market that just when they turn, you can see how they played the crowd right here. In fact, it's almost looked like they were going to roll them. And you can just see they couldn't. They pushed them up here. They tried to get everybody in down here. And then they just jammed them right here at 43.60, which is a big number. And you can just see, look at this bar right there. They just rammed them, and there's a gap in here, and I'm not sure that's a big one. So I'm not sure where settlement in. It could be almost could be almost 30 handles, but we're a good ways from that right now. You want to deal with where we're at right now. So pay attention to your trade tomorrow. This is your setup for the week. Um, I took off almost last week, so there wasn't much. It was pretty much a range week. So I mean, pay attention to levels. 45.60, like I said, was big support last week, and they really couldn't punch it too badly. Although they did make a low here around 40. In fact, that was on a close, and you can see Europe kind of hovered around it, but they held it. And then by the time we opened up, we were already well on our way. Yeah, we were at 40, 45.60, and it was on our way to the upside. So you can just see they're taking advantage of all the sell-offs. But let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's see if they start taking some profits. They usually do Monday, Tuesday, early in the week. They do, and then we'll see if it sets the tone for the rest of the week. But I would expect us to, if they do roll over, to maybe challenge this 45.70 area. Okay, and they're going to want to see how price reacts to that and what type of day it's going to be. I don't know if they're going to, you're just going to have to see. So once again, you're in a bull trend acceleration. You want to take advantage of the opportunities to the long side, but you want to be smart. Don't just buy them to buy. Don't just jump on board. Don't be a lemming. Just be smart about your entries. Make sure you get confirmation. All trades have to have confirmation. So this is the early analysis for tomorrow. And for the remainder of the week, I'll try to provide a little more after I see some more information. It's peaking. it's peaking again. And every time it does this, it has a tendency to roll a bit and take profits. I'm trying to see some key areas in the Dow. I got 15,680. What was this? I call it 15. Uh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh no, I'm saying this is the Nasdaq. 15,7 is pretty much where we're sitting at right now in the Nasdaq. Although they got it up to 59. Man, all these markets are just jamming these highs. Uh, you know, when it comes to these markets and when you're in a bull trend, you always, even when they start to sell off, your first area of interest are these daily moving averages. Obviously, you want to pay attention to your 15 chart. That's your first start. What is price doing at your averages within a 15-minute chart? And this is just your bigger picture. So, tomorrow, say for example, we can't get over this 4610 area where the averages are right now, there's a good chance price is going to continue to push downward. But you can see right here, there was institutional buying at 4,600 and 45.95, which was probably settlement, but it's early. I don't look too much into this right now. This could turn to rust real easily. In fact, I'd probably pay attention to what it does if you trade overnight or you're a European trader. You're going to want to pay it to see how they play this. They're trying to roll them right now, but they're not getting as little support. They're not getting a lot of push just yet. This is just a temporary buy zone. I expect this to fade and at least fill the gap down to 45.95 or yeah, 45.95, and we're going to see how much they want to push it from there, or whether or not they get a little cold feet and maybe want to get out and not get caught up in what might happen at 8:30 tomorrow morning, and whether or not we jam them to the upside. So this is for tomorrow. Oh, this is for all your futures traders, stock traders, whatever you guys are trading. They all relate relatively the same, and pay attention to your areas, and hopefully it's been helpful and beneficial, and you've been very successful with your entries. So, MR Strategies. This is brief 1031, and please reach out to me if you need to know anything more. You want to talk about it. You have some ideas, you want some ideas, I'm available for you at mlbino@aol.com. So, for what it's worth, have a great night, enjoy the World Series, and I will talk to you guys during the week. Take care.